Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the final show of the Dear John Show for this year 2018. Sunday, the 30th of December. Guys, it's been a fascinating year. It's been a growing year, and we have had absolutely some brilliant poetry throughout, and a great bit of fun as well. We've had a wonderful time, every single one of us. We've grown as a community. We've reached 46 countries, 15 different languages. We have done very well as a team, as a community. We have done even better. Hello Christine, hello Chris, hello Mara, hello Marna. Happy New Year to you too, Chris. We have done so well. You have done so well. Hello Jeff. Everybody has put something into this community throughout the year. And still as we talk now, there are other people putting something in. Hello, Jennifer Polonetsky. I hope you're having a great time. You're looking like you're having great fun anyway. Enjoying your photographs, Jen. Well, let me see. We're going into a new year. So our poems tonight, well, we haven't got old year poems or new year poems. We just have a selection of poetry. And again, some absolutely wonderful poetry you, the poets and poetesses, have provided for this community. Everybody, I wish you all individually a very, very happy new year. Wish you prosperity and best of goodwill for the year coming in. Hello, Nina Thilo. Oh, you're all coming in now. Look at this. Oh my goodness. I have a lady guest tonight that I hope to be able to get to join us on the show. Her name is, oh man, I knew I'd do this. Mara van Staden. And she's in South Africa. Now, you see, maybe it's 47 countries we have instead of 46. Wow. Now, Mara's going to come on and she's going to read one of her poems for us, or two of her poems for us this evening. I'm going to have a look and see if Mara's in the audience. She is, would you believe it? Mara is in the audience right there with us. Hello, Judy Mishler. How are you, Judy? Let's see if we can get Mara and bring Mara to you guys all across the world. We have a connection. Hello, Mara. How are you?
Good in you.
I am good, thank you. Delighted to see you here.
Thank you.
Thank
you for having me.
No, absolutely. You're the poetess. You've got a poem you're going to share. Yes?
Well, I hope so.
Now, do you want to tell the audience a little about yourself, about your poetry, what you do?
Well, I'm just writing. That's all. I'm just writing. Something that I see, something that I hear, then I'm just writing about it. That's all.
It's like the rest of us, isn't it? That's what we all seem to do.
Yeah.
What is the name of your poem, Mara?
An unwritten story from deep within.
Well, in your time, when you're ready, deep breath, and let's have it for the audience.
Okay, here it goes. An unwritten story from deep within, a cloud of dust covering her beautiful mind. She keeps things unwritten, unseen, and unheard, hidden beneath the dust of time. Her eyes lighten up when she, for a second or two, thinks back at who knows what, a smile touching her lips from a kiss she once had. She remembers his arms holding her tight. Oh, it was a sweet delight. As the memories unfold, she could hear his voice, saying all things nice. She sighs. It's best for her to keep things unwritten, unseen, and unheard from deep within.
That's close to home, I take it. And you feared that you were going to come on the show and your English or your accent, you feared that, didn't you? Yes, that's what took so long to get you here. And I told you, absolutely clear as day, absolutely clear as day. You've come through there. Perfect. Spot on.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
thank you for having me.
Thank you, Mara, for being here. I hope to have you again. So you're going to have to keep writing so I can get you back again, yeah?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Mara, thank you for
And
sharing your poem with our community. And thank you for being here with us.
thank you.
Happy New Year. Have a wonderful time. And may the year incoming, 2019, be prosperous.
Used to. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mara. Bye-bye, my dear.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Mara van Staden from South Africa. Oh, you're most welcome, Chris. It was a treat for me. It was taking me weeks to, let's say, talk Mara into coming on. That's not a bad thing when I say to talk her into coming on. We ask so many poets, and we have done from the start of the show, would they like to come on and read the poetry? And some will agree straight away, and then just on the night of the poem to be read, they don't feel comfortable to come and read the poems. And so we do. And we love it anyway. We just love reading the poems. And anyway, hello Diane Burgess, how are you? Hello Anthrope. We like reading the poems anyway. We've gotten used to it now, I suppose. But I love when we have somebody new to bring to the audience. They are part of this community anyway. They're already with the community. Andy Thilo. John, still got your decks up. Oh yeah, my dick's up already, Andy. It's yeah. I have not no. Oh, forget it. But however, here we go. Yeah, we love reading the poems anyway. We have great fun doing this. Really and truly have great fun doing this. It's a joy to be able to bring this to everybody every Sunday. 52 weeks a year, don't forget, guys. And that's a lot of time for everybody involved with the show. It's even a lot of time for you in the audience. Because we've seen that the show grows. It can be an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5, 3 hours. Well, Christmas show was 3 hours plus a few minutes, wasn't it? I think I fell asleep straight after that one. But guys, thank you all for being here tonight. And like I said, we have a feast of poetry for tonight. We really and truly have a feast of poetry. There's so much poetry, it's unbelievable. I know I've got 8. Christine, I think, told me she had 11. I'm not too sure. I'll find out again. I'm no good for keeping information. Hello, Sheila Webb. I still think it was gin and tonic hot chocolate.
Hello, everybody.
Hello,
Good
Christine.
evening.
How are
Hi.
you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Excellent. I'm good, thank you.
Had a good time?
I have, yes. It's been a
Yeah.
great week, yeah.
Lovely. How's your girlfriend? Is she okay?
She's, I don't think she's ever going to be okay, but she is stable.
Is she still in hospital?
No, thank goodness. They let her out just before Christmas.
Oh, that's lovely. I'm glad.
It
I'm
was
delighted.
brilliant. It was absolutely
Yeah.
brilliant. They let her out.
Yeah, good old
But
Sandra.
it's going to be a
well done.
slow. It's going to be a slow process. A lot
Yeah.
of tests still to be done. So we can only wait and see, Christine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at least she was home, and that's lovely to be able to
That
celebrate
was the
Christmas at
beauty.
home. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
absolutely.
So much nicer than being in hospital, isn't it?
It is, absolute. Tell me, did you tell me earlier on you got 11?
I've got 11. Yes, I think so.
That's okay. Just make sure I have the numbers right in my head.
Yeah, unless I've counted wrongly, which could well be the case as well. You know me. Me and figures, not a good idea. But yes, I think it was 11 when I counted, when we texted earlier. So
Brilliant.
yeah, I'm struggling with my cables here. I've got cables everywhere.
I know, I
Headphone
can hear them.
cables.
I can hear them clicking as you're going along.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to sort them out here, get my fingers away from the computer. It's
Hello,
all
Amir
falling.
Abd, and hello, Paul Griffiths. And
Oh,
JT.
Paul's in again, is he? All right.
JT.
Nice to have Mara on, eh? That was lovely.
Rosanna. Yes. Mara, I spoke to Mara about 6 or 8 weeks ago. No, Harry. I spoke to Mara about 6 or 8 weeks. I watched the word. 6 or 8 weeks ago, and it took that long to bring Mara to the show.
Yeah. But she's
Because
done
she
it.
feared her
Come on,
accent.
Mara.
She's done it, exactly. And I mean, that means we can have Mara back again at some stage, yeah? To read another poem for us.
Absolutely.
We get from show. I like that.
Say again.
I said that's lovely. Yes, great to have new people
It
on,
is.
and reading their own stuff as well. It's a great,
Listen,
great thing.
well, we've been
isn't it?
asking all year for people to come forward, Christine, haven't we? To
Yeah,
to
we
read their
have.
poetry. It's great to bring a member of the community into the community
It is,
and
yeah.
have them on the camera to read their own poetry. I mean, it's those that put the words together.
Yeah, it is. It's lovely. And well done, Mara. Come again. Do come and
Yes,
join us
definitely.
again. Yeah, all the way from South Africa. Amazing.
From South
Wonderful.
Africa,
Yeah.
We do get to the continents, Christine. We do get to
We
the
do.
continents.
We do. And accents are lovely anyway, aren't they? I mean,
Yes.
it's wonderful to hear that. I mean, Jennifer's from Australia, you
Yeah.
know. And so, yeah, great. And Nina has a lovely accent too, and mine is from America. So, you know, great stuff.
Yeah, mine's from America, exactly, yes. We have a great range. We really and truly do. A great range of accents among us.
We do, definitely. So I've got some lovely stuff tonight, really nice. Looking forward to this one,
Go on.
definitely. Shall I start?
When you're ready, yeah.
Are you ready to go? Okie dokie. I love the title of this one. It's called Tripping Over Epiphanies, and it's by Richard Duaron, I think, or Richard Duaron, maybe. Sounds very French to me. Okay, Tripping Over Epiphanies. Let us long to be in fields that are rife with flowers, whereas each petal is a bead on a rosary, and each sector is as a litany of prayers. Let us long to walk where nature itself is surely awestruck, a breeze gently blowing, the senses stirred into the deeper awakening. Let us long to touch upon the essence in the way that birds and bees do, with butterflies ablaze, leading us all into silent supplication. Let us long to be humbled once more, whereas every single footstep proposes a cautionary measure, lest we should trip over epiphanies.
It's a lovely
That's
piece,
beautiful.
that. Yeah.
Isn't it
Do
lovely?
you know what's happening, Christine?
Oh,
When you turn your head,
yeah.
your earring is hitting your microphone. So it's going
what
click,
is?
click, click, click. Your
My
earring
earring.
is hitting the microphone, yeah?
Just a second, I'll take them off. Hang on a second. Give me a second. I'll just undress. Undress on camera.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on a
I'm in.
sec.
I'm in.
Just give me 1 second. I'll get rid of them. Put them over there. They are rather long, I confess. So there we go. Is that better?
No. No, you'll have to take the glasses off, the jumper off. You just have to go the whole way.
That would not be a pretty sight, John.
No, it's okay.
Is
It's
it
way.
clicking now, or is it okay?
That's brilliant. Absolutely.
It's okay now. Okay,
Yeah.
good. I'm pull my plug out. Right, there we go. I can hear you a bit better now. Sorry about that. As I say, I'm getting a mess with cables here. Longing for the time when cables can be got rid of entirely.
Oh, we're
Would
going
be
all
so nice.
wireless, yes.
Yeah, wouldn't it be good, eh? Yeah. Okay, this one is called Christmas Memories, and it's by Deborah Blount. Christmas lights, blinking colours, brightly lighting the tree. Stockings hang empty, hopeful, waiting patiently. Memories flood through my heart, warm tears flow to the sounds of carols ringing, singing, joys of the season. Sights aglow remind me of Christmases long ago, friendships both old and new, smiles and laughter from those we do not even know, remind us of the season's true meaning. Not presents nor toys, nor even the latest electronic gadgets. All of these are but materialistic things that soon wear out their need. But love, peace, and harmony that brings in our own hearts, spreading little by little from that tiny spark of spirit within.
I love that piece, and it's true. It's the way the world has gone, isn't it? I was looking at something on the internet the other day, and it is all about how we have put a distance, and yet we think it's a closeness. We can communicate with each other so quickly now,
Yeah,
but we're not communicating with each other when we're standing at the bus stop, we're walking in the street. It's head down.
sadly, yeah.
We have no communication with each other. We're losing all communication of one-to-one. It's now we
do
have
hope
a
not.
million people. I mean, I've watched people on buses, at the bus stop, at work, and they're texting the 15, 16 different people. from one to the other to the other to the other. You think,
It's horrible.
you can't even have a conversation, really.
Yeah.
It
It's
is, and that
terrible.
puts it in a nutshell, yeah.
They're terrible here crossing the road as well. You just see them walking in the handies, crossing the road without looking where the traffic's
Yeah.
coming or anything. It's really dangerous.
I have it on the car park at work, and it's a very
Yeah.
busy car park. It is absolutely, oh God, you take your life in your hands being down there.
All right.
And they have the sat nav on the phone, they have the Google Maps to tell them where the shop is, okay? Now, Google Maps, like sat nav, will tell you, you have reached your destination. It doesn't mean you're standing at the counter, but these people expect to be stood at the counter that says reached your destination. And they will walk around in circles, and they'll be like this with the phone, giving it all this, yeah, until they get it spot on. I've had some fun down there, and I think, God, it is so
What a
sad.
sad life. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
a sad life.
When you need a sat nav to find the shop, wow.
Well, maybe to find the way there if it's new, if you're new to the area, but not to get to the
Yeah,
capital.
but
I mean, that's
exactly, yes, crazy.
mad,
But there we go.
mad world we live in, eh?
Well, at least
Oh,
our
right.
poets are identifying it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, really well done. Yeah, great. So now I'm going to leave that one for a second. I'm going to now, is Alexandra in already? Alexandra Rodriguez?
I haven't seen Alexander.
Or I'll leave that for a bit later then. That's a lovely one too. Let's try. Okay, let's try this one. I'll do The Storm by Janice Fisher. The wind began to howl, the dark night, as the moon hid. As the wind picked up, the sea became angry, as giant waves swelled to enormous height, tossing its captured treasure to shorelines near and far. It roared through the night, then as morning light slipped in, pushing night away, the storms moved on, and only calm was seen. But the sea gave up a treasure, for on the sands stood a tree, its body torn of life, but still it stood its ground, in beautiful of its death, knowing soon the sea would claim it once again.
You can actually hear the wind howling, can't you?
You can, can't
Standing
you?
on the
Yeah.
coastline, up on a rock, looking out by the...
Yeah.
When I read it first, I was actually picturing stood at the foot of a lighthouse. Yeah. And listening as it comes bailing in, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
I
Wow.
love stormy seas, really do.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, love it. Well done, Janice. Nice one. Okay. Right. Let's do this one. In the Midnight Hour by John Herlihy. Is it really so strange that we have to give account? Life gives and life takes. What's left is the amount. We live as paupers and kings in this place of exile. We nurse our sorrow and seek happiness for a while. Whatever our ambition, it's all fool's gold in the end. Whether wealth or power, all from heaven descend. It is not the having that matters, but the having done. All of the rest slips through our fingers as sand on the run. Very little is important in the world, though it seems so. After years pass by, we forget much of what we know. They say that before death, life passes before our eyes, a long lifetime in fleeting seconds before our demise. As the clock strikes 12, we step beyond the threshold. In the midnight hour, we give account when all is told.
Watching a video on YouTube on Tuesday or Wednesday, and it was all about life after death, reincarnation, near-death experience. The whole program was based on it. It was run by John. It was nearly 2 hours long. John Cleese, and he does this thing called
Okay.
the Tom Toms every year, and it's where all of these scientists and people get together, and through hospitals, hospices, nursing homes, everything, they do surveys each year, and they survey people And one of the best surveys that came was from um, carers that work in people's homes or work in nursing homes, and the stories and their experiences when they've been dealing with people that are close to death and actually pass on. And there's one about an Alzheimer's sufferer. He hadn't spoken to his family, a proper conversation for 2 whole years nearly, and he had not spoken to them. And the night before he died, the family were by the bedside, and he had a conversation with no breaks in it, nothing missing, and it was like he was doing his closure to make sure all of his affairs were intact before he left. And he died within the next 24 hours. But as the family said, he died happy. I mean, I don't know if you die happy, you die sad, I really don't know. But that was the impression they
That they
received
got.
from the night before. I mean, 2 years without being able to have a proper conversation, and then suddenly it's like you've got all your scruples just returned. It's absolutely strange.
It's weird,
Absolutely
isn't it?
strange. But that poem brought it right back to me there as you read through that piece.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. Can I share one, Christine, while you're
Yes,
reading
darling.
as well?
Of course.
I have Kathy wagging her coats in.
Oh,
Santa
right,
fell
okay.
off the chimney. She's wondering where Santa is. But I think she came in to give me a roasting anyway. I never brought her a new card, did I? Well, that's because I'm planning on bringing it myself. Yeah.
Go for it.
This is one by Kathy Wagner Coates. Kathy won't be able to stay for the whole show because her family comes down for Sunday for lunch and dinner, yeah? So she will be with the family. So while she's in for the few minutes, I might as well read a poem for her, yeah?
Definitely. Go ahead.
And it's called Anyway. My head pressed into the window's glass. I watched the sun hide behind a cloud and descend into the wide mouth of the bay. I saw the day collapse, my eyes in a gasp with a vision that left my voice void of appropriate words to speak, and I stood there and cried at the beauty of a message I had so long ago forgotten. While I wrestled, my spirit weakened and faltered with realities of life, that the sun falls, yet regains its strength to survive and rise again. Rolling up its shirt sleeves and facing the world, knowing that it all shall hide behind a cloud, day after day, descending slowly into the wide mouth of the bay. Yet it rises. Anyway, we all go through strange patches and weird things in life. And we do sit down sometimes and wonder, how the hell did I rise above that?
Yeah.
But it's always
absolutely.
a long time after you've risen. It's usually just before you feel yourself falling again. You realise, I've been through this. Deja vu. Something very similar. Kathy, thanks a million, hon, for sharing
well
your
done,
poem with
Kathy.
us.
Lovely. Thank you, Kathy. Lovely.
Now, Christine, thank you for giving me that opportunity.
You're very welcome. Nice to share it with you.
Excellent.
How many have you got tonight to read?
7 now.
7 or 8? Right.
7 now. I've got a wonderful moral story, and I swear to God, I almost cried when I read this one, because any father in the world will actually see it, and mother too can see it. But a father will see himself, because it's written about a father, and will see himself at some point in this poem. And I mean, this could make the hardest heart melt because of its realities attached to it. Really. But I'm saying no more about it. I'm going to wait
Looking
to
forward
read
to
it
hearing
tonight.
it.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to reading it.
Wait with suspension. Yeah, definitely. Okay, shall I go again? Do another one?
Yes, please. Yeah.
I'm just deciding which one to do next. Oh, let's do that one, I think. Yeah, let's do this one. This one's called by Vernon Wilds, and it's called Judges. From out of Revelations comes the beast who was born of utter dirt, sitting back silently on his throne of filth. Shackles of rust pinion him, so he will never escape. Where can he run? for he is solely there by the hands of the many hypocrites that saddle him, ride him till he bleeds from the seeds of thought that hurt and make him cry. Oh, once a magnificent beast who was instilled upon us to fear more than any godhead and seraphim. He remains hungry, whilst others scoff and point their many old, haggard, withered fingers in his direction. How it lingers like an embarrassing smell. Should be of an ornamental rose garden, but it's in essence a sewer and its swell. As they lay blame from their utter weaknesses that binds him to his place, this cobbled floor with its sparse covering of hay now begins to glow hot. Oh, don't you worry about it, I can hear them say. But hear ye all of this, as you guzzle like pigs on your swill. He will have his day and will come a-looking for you. He's not pure. He that snarls with lips a-curled and eyes so black, as soon as his heart has only inherited it from you, he's always known his place, and suffice it to say, so will you. On your very being, your strands of hair, toes and fingers, all amount to a 6. Ah, a triple 6 at its minimum. God help you if it's more, for it will be the end. Judges.
Oh,
Quite a heavy one, that one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, you feel the weight of that one, yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Whoa.
I didn't get the sums at the end, but that's not surprising for me. I didn't quite know where he was going with that, but you know, maybe if he's listening, maybe he'll put us in the clear.
In the picture, yeah.
Yes, like the person did about the bus last time, you know, when I didn't know what there was.
That's right, that was the standing
somebody
room
came in and
only,
said
wasn't it? Yeah.
So maybe someone will understand what that's all about. All of the strands of hair, toes and fingers all amount to a 6, are a triple 6 at its minimum. God help you if it's more, for it will be the end, Judges. Maybe somebody can shed light on that for me. That would be nice. Yeah? Do you want to do another one now?
No,
would you like to, or do you want to wait till later?
I'll wait. You
Okay.
can carry on, yeah.
I'll carry on then. Right.
I'll do a small one after your next one, mind you. Hello,
Okay.
Svanhild and Dale. Dale is in, by the way, Christine.
Oh, is he? Hi,
Yeah,
Dale.
you probably need to
Good to
wind
see
me up.
He always does. Go for it, Dale. He loves it, really. John loves it, really. Okay, then I'll do... I'll do this one. I'm going to read Alexandra's piece. Alexandra Rodriguez. If she's not in, then she'll listen to it, I'm sure, on the recording.
Yeah.
So it's called Life is Everywhere. Excuse me. Life is Everywhere by Alexandra H. Rodriguez. There is a seemingly abandoned mansion at the seashore. Its sturdy stone walls, once white, appear grey, yet there seems to be no structural damage apart from a dilapidated roof. This was once the showcase for human emotions, for joy and sadness, love and hate, success and defeat. The people who built it, strong northerners with blonde hair and blue eyes, are gone, having left their mark, the mark of their culture and living habits. Every spring the grass shoots through the melting grounds and grows till the shoots get so long that they bend and wilt. Not a single footstep disturbs nature's process. At times, a salty breeze from the powerful ocean spreads powdery dew over the tender shoots, or a strong gusty wind shakes the straggly bushes out of their creative stillness. Will this sight remain until, at some foreseeable yet undefined time, the world will come to an end and all will be remodelled for a higher purpose? Why look so far ahead? We will not be around, nor, if we are, will we comprehend. This vision dims, and I picture little bare feet of children in wet bathing suits patter through the damp lawn again. Weather-beaten farmers are tending the swelling crop. The echo of gay laughter is ringing through the walls of the now refurbished house. Black smoke is puffing the air with a resinous fragrance of a crackling fireplace. Imagination can easily transform time and places. To be able to do that at will, I consider as one of my greatest accomplishments. We live in a crowded world, and no place able to give shelter will remain abandoned for long. Even while deserted, it is visited by chirping birds, seagulls and flapping wings and nagging rats. No place on earth is entirely lifeless. It does not take new year. Renewal on earth is perpetual.
Now, and you have read that piece without saying the name. I doubt anybody in our audience would have recognized it as Alexandra.
No, I don't think so.
Definitely
No.
not. No, definitely not.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
totally different in its structure.
Yeah.
Not a poem, more a story than a poem, or maybe a story
Yes.
poem. And Alexandra's
Maybe
just
more,
joined
yeah.
us now, actually.
Oh,
Hello,
is she?
Alexandra.
Oh, I hope you caught it,
Yeah.
Alexandra. Good. Yeah. Great.
Yeah, but no, but I don't think anybody would have recognised who it was from.
No.
It would have been guessing madly. But
Yes.
that fabulous piece. I love the story to that one itself.
Yes. Yes. I
So
do too.
original. Yeah.
Yeah. Lovely. Really lovely. It's your turn now.
I'll do a Barry Clanmondon. This one when I found it first, Barry asked me to have a look at it. He wasn't too sure of it, but I think we've all come across this situation in our town centres, in our cities, in our towns, in our villages. We've seen this for life. And unfortunately, in the rich world that we have, we will still see it for a very long time to come, unless things change. And it's called
Intrigued.
Playing for Change.
Yeah, I'm intrigued.
It's very short, it is quite short, yeah? And it's by Barry Clanmondon. Man sitting at front of station, guitar in hand. There's a cap on the ground, cardboard sign beside it. Playing for change. The man softly strums. A few people throw coins, not many. Still he plays on. Eventually, a man in a three-piece suit stops. He seems angry. So you need some money to support your habit, he asks. No, says the guitar player. I've been clean and sober for 5 years now. Everything I make goes to the battered women's shelter. They're the ones who really make a change. I'm sorry, mutters the man in the suit and walks away. The guitar player starts another song. He's playing for change.
Great. Like that a lot.
So many books are judged by the cover, and you would think mankind would learn. God, it's like the classic body art. People see people with tattoos and give them a 200-meter avoidance zone, and yet some of them are the most beautiful people you've ever, full-hearted, would do anything to help in a situation, and we push them away. We judge the book by the cover. There's no cover. Look inside, have a read. Don't ask a question, can't get an answer. But yeah, that's what I liked about Barry's piece.
Yeah, lovely piece. Lovely piece. Very nice. Definitely.
Yeah. There's a moral.
Okay.
There's a moral, exactly.
There is, absolutely. Definitely. Wonderful piece. Great stuff. What I shall do now is...
Just one sec, Christine. I just want to reassure Jeffrey Shirley. Nobody needs feel inferior to anybody's words or works on this show. Everyone is equal. And your poem will be accepted for exactly what it is and the effort you put into it.
Yeah.
So, Jeffrey.
Is he worried about his then?
Have you got one from Jeffrey?
Yes, I have. I was
Yeah.
just about to read it actually. So, yes, it's fun.
There you
It's
go.
a
Of
good
course it
piece.
is. Yes.
Yeah, it's a great piece. Yeah, I was going to read one before it, a little short one, called Reluctant to Awaken. by Nancy Hill. My dreams lately have become wild and vivid, practically schizophrenic. Thunderous rainstorms rocking my world, alternating with moonlit waves lapping gently against the shore, while the stars twinkle against a black velvet sky. And I find myself reluctant to awaken, preferring this wildness to stagnating in reality.
Now,
That's it.
why would
In a few
anybody
words,
worry?
amazing.
In a few words, so much is being said and so much put in place. And
Absolutely.
we can call it thought provoking or otherwise, but that provokes a thought inside of anybody that's just listening to the
It
words.
does, doesn't it? Yeah.
And it makes
It
you ask
definitely
questions.
does.
That's what life is about, ask questions. When we don't
Yep.
ask questions, we become lost because we start to try figure answers that mean nothing to us. And then we just fill in a blank because something looks like a picture. No, we need real pictures, so ask the questions.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought that was a lot, in very few words.
Yeah, in very few words. It was so
whole
compact.
novel.
Yes,
Whole
exactly.
novel, wasn't it?
Well, you've said it
Yeah.
before, I've said it before, Nina said it before. Sometimes small is great. It's compact and it packs a punch.
Yeah.
And sometimes
My
we
life
need
philosophy.
it. Yes.
Less is
Less is
more.
more.
My life philosophy, absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, I'm going to read Jeffrey's now. So here you go, Jeffrey Shirey. Don't be shy.
Yes.
Don't be shy. It's a good piece. It's very interesting. You'll see. It's really quite fascinating. It's called Step Right Up and See the Show by Jeffrey Shirey. There was rainbows and sunshine upon my arrival. Now there's only dark skies. Are we just on a mode of survival? And has the sun given up with no reason why? Is the game over with no extra lives? And has the cotton candy dried? This circus sucks, and the clowns don't smile. No one's happy here, haven't been for a while. The elephant is not listening anymore, and he wants to tear the tents down, that's for sure. This circus is empty, with tickets still on sale. The popcorn is stale, with no butter, only salted betrayal. There was feelings left unaccounted for, left by an empty, raging seashore. They looked in the water, wanting to dive in. These feelings never learned how to swim. Emotions ran down the sewer drain. They didn't want to feel any more pain. It's colder now than it was last year. Not by much, but enough for us to hear. The clouds kept pouring out their hearts. People always fall into two parts. This circus sucks and the clowns don't smile. No one's happy here, haven't been for a while. The elephant is not listening anymore, and he wants to tear the tents down, that's for sure. This circus is empty, with tickets still on sale. The popcorn is stale, with no butter, only salted betrayal. The tents are torn down. It looks like a storm came through. The clowns are sitting by. The elephant is raging in its sleep. Nobody seems to even notice. They just flock like dumbfounded sheep. It all fell apart with ignored warnings. People looked on as it kept on storming. This circus sucks, and the clowns don't smile. No one's happy here, haven't been for a while. The elephant is not listening anymore, and he wants to tear the tents down, that's for sure. This circus is empty, with tickets still on sale. The popcorn is stale, with no butter, only salted betrayal.
Oh, Jeffrey Shirey. I bet that sounds so different outside of your own head.
I hope so, Jeffrey.
And that's where poetry makes a difference.
Yeah.
In the voices, in the sounds.
No need to be shy, Jeffrey.
Once it's outside
Loved
of your
reading
own
it.
head, it's a different
Loved reading
piece.
it. Yeah.
Beautiful piece, absolutely wonderful piece, yeah?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I
Yeah.
loved it. Definitely, definitely. So do you want to do another one now, or shall I just continue, darling?
Would you like a piece of pia?
Yes,
Yeah.
I would. Very
Pia
much.
gauche.
Yeah. Okie
And
dokie.
I love this piece. This is your type of piece and my type of piece.
Okay.
It's probably one of mine is as well. And it's untitled, unfortunately, so I don't have a title. I would have loved to see a title on this one.
Yeah.
And I just love the pieces that it's so soft, it's so embracing. It's lovely. It's a lovely little piece. And as
I
you
can
know,
imagine.
Pia doesn't do very long poems, and again, it's a short piece. This one,
Yeah, I can imagine it's going to be lovely. Yeah.
Untitled. I have discovered 100 ways to kiss you, 1,000 ways to embrace you, 1,000,000 ways to make love to you. Now make me cross the borders of your lips, the bondage of your arms, the limits of your flesh, and make love to your real essence in the secret chamber of your soul. I just love that piece. I just think that is absolutely magnificent.
Absolutely.
And again,
lovely.
small,
Yeah.
compact, and wow,
Yeah.
all enveloping. It's just a beautiful piece, that. Absolutely
Yeah,
beautiful
it is.
piece.
Absolutely lovely, Pia, as always. Yeah. Right. Well, what can I do now after that? I was going to read an erotic one, but I'm going to have to leave it a bit later now because we just had one. So you pipped me at the post lobby.
I just nipped in there, yes.
You did. You nipped in with that little one. Well, how much more have I got? Just a second. Let me just quickly thumb through. Yes, I've done that one. Right. Done that one. Okay, that one's got to be left a bit. Okay, I'm going to do... where's it gone? I've lost it now. Oh yes, here we go. Sorry, good evening. A poem by Linda B. Scanlon, I think. Yeah, this is also untitled. It's quite short, but it's lovely. I love this one. The basket weaver sits erect, stoic, nimbly and lovingly taking the damp rushes in her gnarled fingers, deftly guides them, entwines them in her unique design, creating magical practicality, a pattern which connects her to the land. Earth tones with surprising pops of red, the colour of flames, a blue no sky had ever worn but wishes it had. Yellow, the colour of sunsets in fall, when solar flames seem to cool. No longer orange, now a muted shade of maize. Depictive of fall, harvest time, she captures this and more. Knowing her gifts lie in her hands, the basket weaver is a dream catcher of fine figs and raisins, which she places in her basket of rushes to offer them gladly to loved ones and friends. This is what a basket weaver does. Isn't that lovely?
Isn't it? Absolutely. They're so imaged. And you can
So
see the
simple.
weave
Oh.
and getting done and everything. I love poems like that give you that emotion, that feel, that
Yeah,
it's brilliant.
yeah.
Absolutely
Lovely,
brilliant.
lovely.
Wow.
Well done, Linda. Super. Super duper duper. Okay, have you got another one you want to do now, or are you going to leave them for later with Nina?
Oh dear, do you know, I've got Dale all confused here.
Go on then, what's he on with now?
John, moustache, no moustache, make up your mind. Depends on when I get paid, Dale, if I can have a razor or not. You know, sometimes I got to go a week and a half without a shave. You know?
It's nice to change your image, Dale,
It is, yeah.
isn't
Yeah.
it?
Good
Not
God, you
just
could have
with
at least
women.
said I was pretty for tonight, but it doesn't matter. I'm
Exactly.
okay. I'll take it as it goes.
You're gorgeous, darling. Just
Thank
as
you
are.
so much, Christine.
With or without your hair, or wherever your hair is or not. We don't mind it all.
I wish I knew where it was. But
Well, I think it's nice when guys... I think it's nice when guys change their image as well, not just we girls. We can do it all with makeup, but
Yes.
you can do it with hair on your face, or moustaches, or little beards, or it's great stuff.
Or concrete.
Or what?
Or concrete.
Oh dear, dear, dear. Well, on that note, I'm going now
Oh,
to the
yeah.
erotic poem. Okay,
I
and this
better
one's
get
called.
myself prepared. Let me deep breathe first, Christine. You know
This
what
will
this does.
definitely. This is definitely going to make you blush. It's quite specific, but it's very well done. It's by
I'm taking out
Safdar
my
Bhatti.
buds.
Okay, just warning you in advance because it's quite hot, this one, yeah. By Safdar Bhatti, and it's called Ares and Aphrodite. Although I think as in Britain we call her Aphrodite, but usually here it's Aphrodite. So Ares and Aphrodite. 'Tis the witching hour of midnight, a gaunt figure lying in gloom on the wide lone bed, starving alone. Passions roused and the ruffled sheet, limbs all aflame, burning hot, an addict keen to desire's sensual aching, aching since early eventide, aching in the phallus, hard and stiff. Who rang the bell? His ears start, quickens his heartbeat, quickens his blood hot in voluptuous veins leaps. A plump figure greets him, fairly sweet, ample brow fringed in ringlets auburn, a pulpy cheek tinctured all roseate, inviting the kiss of lips long wanting. The kiss full soft, all gently lipped, an ogling eye snatching the fond soul away, thin lips parted partially, pearly teeth, a visage full symmetrical, pretty chin. The snowy breast, mild, succulent, adorned with the tiny nipple, full petite, and thighs, arrayed in flesh, delicious desire stirs, gazing them lasciviously. Springs he up, all passions pied, folds her straight in a hungry embrace, yields she all a blush to kisses passionate. Forehead, eyelids, cheek, chin, and ears, osculates he hotly o'er and o'er again, sweating his palm, searches little adown. Removing the muslin bra, he haply chances a pair of fleshy hillocks, all cream lucent and white, sparkling in the dark, adorned with tips, gentle and petite. The felicity he nibbles over, licks. She twists and turns and twists, squeezes her thighs, clinging him fast, mildly breathing air full warm, encircling his neck with arms all fire. Lips clench to lips, tongue licks tongue. His she sucks, hers he in turn. Thus affined amorously long they stood, long they relished each to the other, and sudden, lo, the vehemence hot, stole they all remain under duvets cosy, and the duvet it heaves and heaves, till the night into dawn submerges.
Good Lord, I need a cardiologist after that.
It's pretty hot stuff, isn't it?
Kathy
Yeah.
Wagner Coates. Wow. Kathy needs a date. Good Lord Almighty, a date like that will kill us.
Do the world of good.
I did that and knock a few years off, you know what I mean? Like, good.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Turn off the
Well.
light. I don't need lights.
You're blushing again.
Look, your face is getting red. Even Kathy's noticed.
I knew that would get to you, that one. Yeah.
But again, it was very passionate.
Yeah.
The piece of, I know we say erotic, and sometimes we say some go over the borderline of the expression of erotic. Yeah. That one was just perfect. Absolutely perfect where erotic is concerned. Yeah. I remember we used to have fizz. Yeah. I do. Yes, actually, yes, I do.
I love both styles, where sometimes, not to be rudely explicit, but sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, I don't mind anybody
sometimes
being
to be explicit,
but when it's
and sometimes to be so subtle wonderful.
Yeah, but some get so explicit that it only can be read as rude or
Yeah,
crude in a
yeah,
sense. I can't take, and I'm not aiming
yeah,
for that. It's
yeah,
not something that I actually want to hear. But when it's
yeah,
erotic and it is, it's compiled the way this poem we just heard has been compiled.
yeah,
You you can be a part of the piece. Yeah. Well, I can't
definitely.
until I get Kathy's new car to Kathy. You know that's, and then we're on a date. You know.
You go for it, Guy.
Oh, that was a brilliant piece, Christine. Well read. Absolutely very well read.
Yeah, I
Enjoyed
liked
that.
it too. I did.
Yeah.
Very enjoyed
Really
it.
enjoyed
Dale
that.
said I just read a thing from Dale. He said he thought it was hot in the kitchen, but it's hotter on the Deal Junction. Oh, we're all hot stuff here, Dale. Don't worry, darling.
Ooh, aren't we just?
I've got my last one. Oh, do you want to do another one, or should I do my last one? It's up to you.
Do you know what? I can do the Nina one while I'm with you then.
Oh, go on then. Yeah, I'd love that.
Too
That'd be
busy,
lovely.
it's called. Too
Yeah,
busy.
go for it. Yes, let's have that first.
Is ready?
Yeah.
Too Busy by Nina Thielo. The phone call that just doesn't happen. The text that never arrives. People are gradually fading. Too busy within their own lives. Friends slowly turning to strangers. Silently growing apart. Sadness that each of us wanders down ever more widening paths. Reasons why meetups are cancelled. Why from the diary once more. Where is the time really going? Maybe we've just run our course. Ties that once bound us are fraying and silently slipping from grasp. Always there's things more important, and friendship is coming in last. Technology helps and yet hinders. They're busy. You see them online. Choices are made that cause distance. Or are they just thoughtlessly blind? It seems that they no longer need you to take any part in their life. Hints are too subtle, not noticed. So maybe it's time for goodbye. And that things can lead to that. I mean, so much is misinterpreted in text. It's
Oh
not
God,
like
yeah.
a phone call and you can clear things up.
Yeah.
It's not like that at all. In text, so much is lost, and people are so quick to hit the block button because they've misunderstood something.
Yeah. So often, isn't it?
Absolutely. Arnie,
Once
you're
it's done
most
in
welcome.
black and
Thanks very
white.
much for letting me read that. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, I've got one of hers in petto, but I'm not going to do it tonight. I thought leave it for another time, but
Yeah.
I did ask her if I could read one of hers on a later date, so probably after Christmas.
Yeah.
But I haven't forgotten, Nina. I have still got it. I hope
If
in my emails.
Yeah, if you got it, and you want to read it tonight, carry on. It's up to yourself.
I don't know whether I can find it that quickly. I have to go into
No
my mails,
problem.
but I'll do my last one first, and then otherwise I'll read it another time because we've
Yes.
had one Nina tonight. So, but yeah. So my last one tonight is by J.T. Lozano. Sounds like someone Italian, and it's called The Christmas Visitors.
He's from Dublin.
He's from Dublin. Oh, he sounds
I'm
Italian.
only
Lozano.
I'm only joking.
I was going to say, you don't get much more Italian than Lozano. Anyway, here we go. This one is called The Christmas Visitors. The ghost of Christmas past came to me today. He said, if you want to relive the Christmases of your youth, then take my hand and we will be on our way. Without hesitation, I grabbed his hand and I didn't let go. I was eager to relive the moments of time long ago. We travelled back to when I was a child, when times were simpler and not so wild. We travelled from one joyous time to another. Every year there I was, laughing and smiling with my sisters, brothers, father and mother. And as the present got nearer and nearer, one thing became clearer and clearer. It wasn't the present that put a smile on my face and filled me with glee. It was the simple act of spending time with my family. The ghost of Christmas present visited me. She claimed to be the second of three. She told me that if I wanted, she could take me forward to Christmas Day. I thought it over for a while, then replied, "No, thank you. I believe I'll stay." She looked puzzled as she asked for a reason, while looking into my eyes. I smiled and said, "If I go with you, then I will know what my gift is, and it won't be a surprise." She was quick to respond with another offer for me. I would be able to see the fun being had by all, but the gifts will be the one thing I won't see. I accepted the offer and grabbed hold of her gown. In a second, we were watching the festivities in a house on the outskirts of town. I saw everybody laughing and enjoying a feast at the table. Believe me when I say, what I saw wasn't a fable. As I watched everyone enjoy the present company again, I noticed the happiness that brought on not by the gifts, but by the family. A third and final ghost came to me, dressed dark as night. I'd be lying if I told you it wasn't a scary sight. He stared at me for a while, then spoke with a raspy voice. "I am the ghost of Christmas future, and I offer you a choice. My sister showed you Christmas present, and my brother showed you as a boy. If you choose to come with me, I cannot promise you joy. I can only promise a glimpse into the future to see what might be. If you're interested, then grab my robe and follow me." Without hesitation, I turned his offer away. He just stood there, wondering why I wanted to stay. "I don't mean to offend," I started to explain, "but I'd rather bask in the sun than drown in the rain. I appreciate the opportunity you have given to me, but I like not knowing the future. I need that mystery." He looked at me and smiled as he calmly accepted my answer. He turned to leave, but not until he'd thanked me for the banter. In the blink of an eye, he was gone and no longer in my sight. Till this day, there isn't a day that I don't regret the decision I made that night. I love not knowing what's in store for myself, my family, and my wife, because I truly believe that mystery is the spice of life.
That's a brilliant tale, that is. That's an absolutely
Lovely,
brilliant tale.
Yeah,
Wow.
it is. Yeah, very
Deeply
enjoyable.
into that one. It was great because you were brought through the whole tale. You could feel part. It's like sitting, watching the TV, watching that go past. Yeah?
Yeah.
In board. Absolutely fabulous.
Yeah,
Do you know what? The BBC hasn't got a patch on us, guys. Really and truly. Not
absolutely
a patch.
not.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, we're miles ahead. We're in the future now. Absolutely.
Yep,
in
we
the
certainly
future.
are.
Yes.
We definitely are.
Hello, Angela.
Great
Good on.
poets.
It's nice to see Angela. She's not been in for a little while. It's great to see
lovely.
you. Angela's in tonight.
Yeah, great. So that's me done, darling. I'm finished.
You finished.
I have.
You're already away. You've got a head start on me now for the new year, haven't you?
I have.
Yeah. Well, you're finished now. I've still got to go on.
You've got to cut. You've got to continue.
I've still got to
but,
continue. Yeah.
Are you doing anything nice for New Year? You having a party or not?
Me?
I don't know whether you. Not with the family? No.
No. I'm going to abandon them and just get my own bit of space. They can do what they like. I'll catch up on it the day after.
Yeah, you probably will. Yeah.
No, I'll probably have 2 drinks and be absolutely toasted. God.
Oh, will you?
I had 2 drinks.
Oh, I
at
should definitely be on the
Christmas.
champagne.
Oh, I'm still trying to recover from Christmas. I had 2 drinks on Christmas, and I was absolutely gone.
Were you done?
Yeah.
You're not a seasoned hard drinker then, are you?
Not anymore. Not
Yeah,
anymore.
well, I had Christmas and my birthday as well, so it's all parties as usual. Now
So you've had
Sylvester's
an
coming up
absolute
too.
ball, haven't you?
Never stops. Yes, you need time to recover for a day or 2 in between, and tomorrow it starts again. Another party tomorrow night. So yeah, it's been lovely.
Wow.
It's been really lovely.
Yeah, tomorrow night, New Year's Eve.
New
Yes,
Year's Eve. Yes,
New
I'm
Year's
staying
Eve.
over with friends, as I mentioned. So
Oh,
watching
brilliant.
the fireworks from her beautiful roof terrace upstairs. So
Oh,
it'll be lovely.
fantastic. Yes, yeah.
and we should
Hope it
open
doesn't
a
rain.
bottle or two of champagne. It doesn't matter if it does. We'll still be outside.
Will you?
Don't mind a bit of rain. What's wrong with rain? Put your brolly up.
Good God.
Oh yeah,
Look, Kathy Wagner Coates wants me a champagne now.
yeah. Have a glass to New Year, Kathy. It's lovely. I can definitely recommend it.
And JT Lozano is just saying thank you for reading his poem. You
You're
did a
very
wonderful
welcome.
job, he said. I loved hearing it.
Thank you, my dear. I loved reading it too. It's been a great pleasure. Really, very, very pleasurable.
Brilliant.
Oh
Christine,
dear.
thank you for this year, for all you've done for the show, for all the
You're
reading, for
very
being
welcome.
here, for being a part of the community. Thank you so much. I am so, so honoured.
My very great pleasure, really.
It's
I've
been
just
a
seen
great pleasure for me too.
Sadhu Bhatt said he'd slept, so he's just come in. He's probably missed his poem now. So
Yeah,
you'll have to
Safdar.
listen to the recording
Yeah.
then. Yes, after listen to the recording then, because you just missed it. What a shame.
The same happened with Alexandra. Alexandra came in right on the tail end if you just finished her
Oh, did
poem.
you? Oh
Yeah.
dear.
You had
Never
only
mind.
read the last line and she came
She
in.
came in. Oh,
Yeah.
I should have waited just a little bit longer, maybe. But anyway, you'll catch it on the recording, I hope. And thank you to you too, John, for having me in this lovely community, and to Myrna and Nina. Have a lovely time every New Year, and see you all in the New Year. And I am there
Listen.
next week. You asked me if I was there next week.
I
am.
did, because you told me that you've got the young girl going to sing for her audition. But I couldn't
She's in a
remember when. You
competition.
said, yeah,
She's in a competition, but it's in February sometime. So
it's
I'll let
Feb,
you
is
know.
it?
It's
Excellent.
February, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so
Thanks a million.
yeah.
Christine, have a lovely new year. Enjoy your
I will do.
celebrations. I look
I will
so
do, my
forward
dear.
to seeing you on the 6th of January.
You will do. Take care, everyone. Lots
Love
of
you to
love to you
bits.
all.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Cheers, Christine. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Cheers. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Christine. Christine Barker. Yeah, Christine's been with me quite a while now. She's been with the show. She brings the poems to life for the poets, and she is very much loved by each in the community. Very happy New Year to Christine. I have a lady here tonight that might surprise every one of us. I'm not going to say a word. I'm afraid to look, actually. Yeah, I knew it wouldn't be there with a camera, so I think I just waste my time going over onto that side of it. I really and truly do. I don't know how this all works the way it works. But I'm hoping, for most people's sake, because of what they've been saying about 2018, I hope 2019 is just a wonderful year for them.
Hello. Don't do that again. It wasn't funny last
Hello,
week.
Nina. Absolutely brilliant. Listen,
You all right, Lemon
you
Drop? How
brought
you
some
doing?
beautiful poetry this week. The ones that Christine's just read, the ones I've started to read now. And I had to do one or two because I know usually Kathy can't stay for the whole show because her family comes around. And I feel so
Yeah.
sad for Safdar,
No, that's fine.
because he slept and then boom, there it was. Right at the end he came in. Oh wow.
I know. Yeah. Well, he can watch it on catch up, can't he? That's the beauty of it. I mean, I know it's nice to hear the reads live, but they're there, forevermore, aren't they? Unless Facebook takes them down before we can move them
They
over to
are
our
eternal
YouTube
in a
channel.
sense now. I mean, really and truly, yeah. The
Yeah.
surprise there
Yeah.
tonight, Marta van Stam
Yeah.
came on, and Marta sounded great. Her voice was fantastic. Her English was perfect.
She did. She did. Yeah. Yeah. I know how nerve-wracking it can be, Mara, so don't worry about that. We've all had the jitters the first time we've come on to read. It does get a little bit easier.
Yeah.
So
And
you did it
again,
incredibly
looking at
well.
the
Well
comments that
done.
went up earlier on, and Jeffrey Shirey, and his concerns about him being a lesson. Nobody needs
Oh,
to
he
think
needn't.
like that. Nobody in this show whatsoever.
No.
Uh,
No. No. We try and choose a wide range, but nothing that we bring to the show isn't what we consider to be,
Yeah.
worthy of being heard by a wider audience. So, um, we try and bring a nice mixture, but everybody that's involved in the show, whether they be listeners, readers, writers, whatever, everybody is every
I
bit as
gotta just
important
write
as
it
the
down. Just
next.
gotta say a big
So,
hi to Livia York and
no,
Glenn York. That's the couple that made my poem into that word, into the song. Do you remember?
yeah, they in.
Absolutely brilliant. I will treasure that forever and
Yeah,
ever and
yeah,
ever. Definitely big special on that one.
yeah.
So
No, that was
Livia and
special,
Glenn
wasn't it?
York, have a
Yeah,
wonderful new year
yeah.
as the new year
No,
comes in. Yes, without a shadow of a doubt.
I'm sure they will. From the
They're already having
from
it
the videos that I've
since
seen of them,
last
I'm
year.
sure they will. I know, I
Exactly,
know.
why not?
Yeah, they're just on a
Yes.
perpetual party. Why not? Yeah.
So,
So, the lovely Anne Thrope is my first lady. And I love this one because there are kind of questions or statements, and then after each one, there's a word in a bracket, which kind of defines the answer. So when it goes up in the comments, you'll see what I mean about it. It's a very interesting read, and it's called Bear Hug. What I would not happily relinquish to put your so unsettled mind at rest. Anything. Destroy my utmost prized possession, the sweetest flowering cactus on earth. Done. Sell all of my precious earthly belongings, trinkets and baubles connecting memories, without hesitation. If it was well within my power to erase pain, I would take you within an immortal embrace, gently at first. Then with an all-encompassing inner strength, I would dissolve the stressor's chokehold in you, a piercing blow. My slight frame is misleading, but within my grasp all of life's trials and tribulations and indignation, disintegration.
whoa.
I know. Isn't it fascinating? It's a very different write. I've
That's
not
why it
seen
got your
anything like that
attention,
before,
isn't
and it
it?
just caught my attention. Yeah, and as I say, when you see it actually laid out, when you see the
Oh
text laid out,
yes,
you'll see what I mean.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Loved it.
I'll give you a big bear
Mm,
hug, Dale.
yeah.
No problem, man. Big man bear hug. I'll grow a beard for it. Sorry, Nina, go on.
I think
He has, hasn't he?
Dale's fallen on his keyboard, hasn't he, tonight? Um, uh, and then I've got one by the lovely Melissa I don't know if it's Val Valle, Emlyn, she signs herself as, and it's called Nights Falling. All I see is black and greys. At least the night brings me stars, and the moon shows me the way, quiets my melancholy madness, silences the voices of evermore, steels my nerves against the chill. Moonbeams caress my face, shadows tattoo my skin, inhale the crisp night air, sting my lungs, but I gulp it in. The darkness closes me in, shooting stars burn the sky, making wishes unto deaf ears. Belladonna hallucinations, spiders spin their giant webs, shining silver tapestries in the moonlight. Lone wolf howls in the distance, bats' wings like tight sails flapping above, their high pitches signalling each other. Whop of the bullfrogs with a splat in the mire. Crickets chirp fast and steady as my heart beat. Dried weeds rustle as dead leaves fall. Moon's aura glows above tall trees. Spirits approach, faintly brush my shoulders. Shivers run a maniacal course down my spine. They fade away, gone as quick as they came. Twigs snap underfoot of a small rodent. Sparse grey clouds pass over the moon. Tattooed shadows shift shape across me, feel their intimate embrace. I kneel on the spongy, fragrant moss, making a bed to lay me down to sleep. My dreams for the darkness to keep, senses tingled and in tune with the night.
Is brilliant. It's
The
awesome, isn't it?
description in that one,
Absolutely. Everything. Everything in
it was
image you can put. I
breathtaking.
mean,
Yeah,
that's drawing the picture for you, isn't it? Really and truly.
yeah.
Yes.
It
Through
was
the
like
looking
Alice in
glass. Yeah.
Wonderland,
Yeah.
wasn't it? It was just incredible. Yeah, yeah, definitely. All the creatures, oh, I just loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Have you got one?
I've probably got a couple left. Really? No. You've dropped it.
Oh, do you want me to carry on?
It's okay. How about an Annie Johnson? Yes. Winter Walk
Oh, yes.
by Annie Johnson. I walk in the snows of all my yesterdays. My footsteps break the sound barrier of silence. My stride is perhaps shorter than in years past. My breath is a mist before my face, the distant fog. From years of icy walks gathered to confound me. I hear my breathing in rhythm with my steps, more laboured than in past energetic years. The stars are chips of ice pinned against the sky, trailing the heavens like a nomad's caravan. It is cold. There is no wind. Silence whispers beneath the ear flaps of my hat and under my scarf, and gives me a feeling that I don't walk alone. I stop in shadowed wonder and look above me, and know that never once did I walk alone. I love that, the inner peace of a peaceful walk, yes.
Yeah, yeah. When I found it, I said to you, it's
There's
that
another one
last
that's
line,
happened.
isn't it?
No,
It just,
exactly. And there's another one that's just happened.
you never walk
You
alone.
just, Lynn, yeah? Hello, Joan
I've
Borg.
just
Good to
seen,
see you in, girl.
yeah,
Lynn
they must,
Fowle. Just at the end, this has happened 3 times now tonight. This is ironic, isn't it? Don't
it's
believe this.
unreal, isn't it? I
Oh my
know.
God.
That's the way the cookie crumbles. Yeah.
Go on then.
Can anyone just tell us, is there any overlap? Because we've had a problem where it's there's kind of a lag between John and I. So sometimes I'm still reading and John's speaking because he's heard me a nanosecond before the audience has. So if it's happening live, can someone give us a heads up, please? If not, then it's all good. And then I've got one called Insecure by Elise Gregory. Very powerful piece. She always felt like she didn't belong and thought she was just weird, always putting some distance between herself and others. She felt like she was feared. The people always stared at her. At least that's how she felt. She just wanted to be like all the others, and for once just wanted to be held. It would not happen. She knew that so well. It was just too much to ask. It felt like she was not worthy of love and that it was such a task. But hey, she was human, just like you and me, and needed the feeling to be loved. So don't just walk by, but say hello. If you see her, go. I bet that she will like that a lot. It would make her face light up into a smile. And you know what? It would even make you happy because you did something very worthwhile.
Absolutely.
And it's true, isn't it? You know, it's that piece that I wrote earlier today about think before you speak, but also passing on a good deed or a
Yeah,
nice
it makes
smile,
us feel
or
good inside of
makes the world go round,
ourselves
doesn't it?
when we do it. We don't realise it until later. But it does as much good
Mm,
for us as it does to the recipient. It always
mm.
has.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Hello,
Yeah.
Julie.
And
How are you?
hello, Julie's in, Beth's mum's
Happy
in.
New Year, Julie.
Hello, Happy New Year. Yeah.
You are. You
I'm
are.
spending it with her daughter tomorrow and her granddaughter. I am. Yeah. And oh, then I've got an amazing piece, The Succubus Queen by Ebony Grace. I watched as she swallowed a good man whole. With magical charisma she tainted his soul. She had him come crawling and begging for more, the face of a queen, a witch to the core. It's like she possessed him, invaded his mind. She lured him with beauty, but darkness he'd find. She knew how to whisper, like sirens' sweet song, and while he was sleeping, new madness she'd drawn. I wish I could warn him that beauty's a mask, like drinking straight poison filled deep in a flask. But sometimes the eye is a feeble, weak thing, and leads us to fall for the bitter, sharp sting. I wish I could show him her succubus spell. She rose like a demon cast straight out of hell. He would not believe me. He thinks he's in love. Well, hell plays so beautifully, charms like a dove. I pity the men who fall prey to the queen. I did try to warn them. They think I'm obscene. They think that I'm jealous and need what they have. But when they won't listen, their hearts will be stabbed. Drawn from her eyes, don't let her within. She'll wield you like puppets and cause you to sin. She rapes good men's virtue and turns them to dust, all that is left of them yearning with lust. I wish I had knowledge to fight this dark witch, even if her victims think I'm a snitch. I'm tired of watching the pure hearts drained cold, and watching her eat them up
That
like
is
blackened
just brilliant.
mould. I like her.
Hey, she's my kind of wish. I want to be eaten up and swallowed whole.
Yeah, I'll have to get her to
Andy,
give me
look
lessons.
out. Take cover.
Who says I'm going to use it on him? And then I've got a new gentleman, and I'm going to apologise profusely if I've mispronounced his name. You and I had this discussion already, didn't we? We're hoping that it's a silent K. It's by a gentleman called Richard M. Nittle Jr., and it's called Hourglass. The flames of all his passion, that at one time raged out of control, burning hotter than the depths of hell, and higher than any fire that has ever been seen, that was coming from his poet's pen, is now just barely left over embers in the cold ashes of what was his life, and the well that he pulled all of his beautiful words from have gone from what was a raging river that had cut down its own path, washing away all the tears of hate and cries of social injustice, crashing down on depression and religious oppression, wiping out all of the cold and bitter and even darkness, while leaving only peace, love, and light in its trail, is now just a little bit of a trickle, streaming down in the dirty gutter that was built of self-regret and sorrow, leaving it to fall into a stagnated pool, filled with the stench of guilt and eternal damnation, as his ink is running dry, while all of the pages of his life, where he would sit and write down his every single emotion and all of his feelings, have been torn up, shredded into little pieces, then discarded in a pile of leftover trash, where it lay there, crumbled up, left to rot away, as it turns to dust being blown away, and carried up into the winds of fate, as it is dispersed among the earth and skies, never to be heard from again, as he lay there with nary a breath, dying in a bed that he had made all alone, with not a single soul around, listening to the faded echoes of leftover laughter, and the constant drip from the teardrops of sadness that is filled with the tiny fragments of broken and unattainable hopes, and at one time dreams, as the last of his blood was being pumped through a broken heart, as it started to slowly skip every other beat, abandoned by all of those he loved and who had at least once loved him. And even though the clock on his wall had stopped straight up, showing 1 minute until the midnight bells would sound, he knew it was much later than that, as Lee had lived way past all of his time that God had allowed him. And as the very last grain of sand was falling from his hourglass, time itself continued moving forward, never mourning anything or anyone at all. And as the days of his life were over, the last petal of a flower he had been holding hit the floor. A soft-sounding pitter-patter could be heard throughout the room as a cool spring shower started a soft rain, begin to fall as if all of the heavens above were crying. A gentle breeze began to blow, carrying with it the very sounds of angels singing, welcoming home his soul. Meanwhile, just outside the window, pushing up through the ground, was a seedling from a mighty oak tree, was now breaking free of the chains that once bound it, free from the earth and dirt that had been surrounding it, up into the wind and rain, taking its first breath of air, just as the sun broke free, to let a single ray of sunlight filter down, shining on the new life, just as one faded away.
It does absolutely, and
goes round full
life and death
circle,
scenario,
doesn't it?
we learn so much about life, but we seem to talk so little about that.
Yeah.
We don't understand it. We don't. It's like we fear to understand it, and yet there's nobody getting off this planet alive. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, no
Maybe
one
it's
comes
so
back to
good
tell
we
us what it's
decided
like,
to
do they?
pass
That's the
it on.
problem.
Of course we can. That's what it's all
Well,
about.
maybe. We can live in hope, can't we? But yeah, again, the imagery in that one, him holding the rose and the last, the
Heartbreaker.
petal falling, and oh, yeah. Oh.
It is.
Yeah, that's one I read a few times.
Elizabeth's Song by Jeremiah England.
Mm.
I did get that right, didn't I? Brilliant. I can do without a lawsuit right now.
You'd be fine.
It's called Elizabeth's Song. She had me from hello, you see, as I stepped back from dishonesty, blew down all my walls of deceit, and somehow saw the best in me. I knew right then she'd be my wife, and with her I'd spend the rest of my life, with the bluest eyes that you've ever seen, and a heart as big as eternity. I was hoping you felt the same. There is nothing that can stand in our way. Like two kids dancing in the rain, we could wash away all the pain, full of life and no signs of shame. There's no doubt that you're my twin flame, and I'd be honoured if you would take my last name. I was hoping that you felt the same. Oh. Oh.
Oh. That was actually a song. He actually sang that. He sent me the recording of it in Messenger, and I listened to it. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's actually a song lyrics. And he sings it. It's a lovely piece. It's a really lovely song. Sweet.
What's the point?
God save us.
Yeah. I haven't.
I've heard your singing. The trouble is you sing with your headphones in, so you don't get the full force of it. I do. Mind you, I started singing Oliver at you earlier, didn't I? Consider yourself.
I thought it was every road has its thorn.
Yes, that's what it was. Thank you.
Every rose. Go on.
Has its thorn.
On the rose.
Which does that make you, and which does that make me then? Oh, obviously. I'm a thorn in a lot of people's backside, so you're all right. And I have a new gentleman called Stephen Lackey, and this is a piece called Silent. I knew a tree once, silent, strong. It stretched and shaded, summered long, and when its leaves fell to the cold, I dreamed myself becoming old, all full of crags and creeks and blist, on memories of youthful trysts, each blithe and somewhat like rebirth, a welcome effort, cries, a burst, a flood of light, then peace, each one, unique, a jewel embedded, sown, as seeds to thrive, my dreams of spring. I fished a pond once, silent, deep, its muddy algal shores asleep, until the midding breeze would stir, slight ripples shimmering, whispering words. Below the surface, what might hear? The mire, the reeds, some beast of queer design, what hidden stories naught, for light might it have learned and taught, its offspring bide for food not strung, stay low as humans grope and lunge, rest easy, beast, neath breaths of spring. I saw a cloud once, silent, free, adrift at sunset brilliantly, a blush and frothy inching toward the gloaming soon to be no more, than darkness mixed with midnight skies. I wondered if beyond my eyes it might become a storm, beget the morning petrichor, or let itself just fade away the way of all things I suppose to play, a part to dance, to laugh, to sing, throughout summer, autumn, winter,
So
spring.
rhythmic that one was. So rhythmic. Wow. I like that. Definitely.
Yeah, it's lovely, and it's very clever because he finishes. Normally, it would mess with my brain. Easily done, but he's still got one word. Easy. He's still got one word on the end of a line that then flows into the next one.
Yeah.
So again, it's another one of those that you need to see
That's the
written
great thing
down
about when you brought that
to get
idea then to
the
put
full
the
effect
poems
from
up
it.
after the show for people to read for themselves because it, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think people
Yeah.
appreciate it. It's one thing for us to sit and read them. Um, and like we've said countless times, people can obviously watch the show afterwards, but I think a lot of
Yes.
people actually like to read the poems for themselves. They certainly get likes and loves when they get put up in the
Absolutely.
comments. So
So it should be.
yeah,
Yes.
best of both worlds. Listen and read. Hmm. Hmm. And then I've
Barb.
got a Jessie
It's Barb.
piece. Jessie Batista. Is bored? Never. Never.
Just tell me it's not about
Not if I have
bacon.
anything to do with it. And it's bacon. No, he's taken a walk from the bacon side of things for a while. So. But
Ooh.
it is a walk through the netherworld. Mm. So cold is the surface to which I lay, pulled from the warm soil I called home, my eyes fixed forward to the tree tops. The moon shines so bright it dulls the sky to grey, mesmerised as shadows dance with the light, snow lightly dusting the branches as they sway with the breeze. The waves of the wind trace me tenderly. It whispers softly to me in echoed incantation. I am drawn to my feet. He who does not fear death walks the boundless path. The corridor is open, but mind your demon wrath. Your course is not yet chosen. Beware the feigned empath. Past the ravens to the lair, through the fire without care. Beyond this realm is a trail, trampled and worn. Honour will shield you from the honey locust thorn. In the distance, a shadow figure, hooded and cloaked. His rights to your soul have been retracted and revoked. Let the wraiths and imps wail their evil cry, Let death be enraged and hold his sickle high. Keep your visions of vengeance stored in your mind's eye. Hold solace in your heart as you walk freely by. The hounds at each side will see you to your fate. They will guide you through this netherworld, lead you safely to the gate. Incantations cannot bind you, spells they cannot hold. There's still life yet to get you,
Yeah,
and stories to be
always.
told.
Always. Great piece, Jesse. Great piece.
Amazing. Amazing. I know. I know. Yeah.
I think so,
Yeah.
yes. Well,
Carry
we
on
have to. I
fighting, I
mean,
think is the message in that one, isn't it?
it's a long fight at times, but if you give up hope and there's nothing
Mm,
to fight for, there's
mm,
always something to fight for. Always.
yeah. Oh, I love that piece. That's one that I will probably
Yeah.
I'll keep to one side. I will go back to that one probably. I love that. Loved it. And then I have the lovely Lainey Stoll, and I saw her message earlier actually, or her comment, and she was saying that she found it very hard to allow one of her pieces to be read the first time. I suppose in effect to relinquish hold of it and let someone else have charge of it.
I
But
thought
I'm
the
very glad
second
that she
part of the
did because
comment was
we've now
brilliant
read
as well.
several of
It's
her
what when
pieces.
she said after hearing it, and we've explained this to other poets as well. After hearing it, when it's outside of your own head
Yeah,
and you hear it through somebody else's
yeah.
voice, it no longer feels like your piece, and you get that little bit of
Mm,
pride. And I don't mean egotistical pride. I mean you get a bit of pride. I was able to write that. I had the ability to write because it does sound different.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. So don't jump in at the end in case you're overlapping me. It's called Insomnia. I am a cacophony of worries, silent but deafening. My mind does not shut off, my pillow damp with tears. I sit vigil to the sounds of your breath, fearing they will cease. My hand to your chest in the silent moments, my hands to my ears for the snores. I watch your body for signs of life. Relief is your exhaled trumpet. My eyes, devoid of sleep, the home an echo chamber. Every creak and groan are like the rattle of bones. The inside of my skull is raw. Every new sound a new chapter of anxiety, an encyclopedia of adrenaline my body can't put down. It must read every crevice and devour every nook. It must be forced to forget the metronome of life and remember the haunted paralysis of sleep. I know that one very well. I'm an insomniac.
Now,
You may
see,
speak.
I'm trying I'm trying to keep the pause, and as I'm pausing and talking and not talking, you come in and you say, yeah, okay, oh yeah, and we're overlapping again.
Let's see if that overlaps. No, I just yeah, I think Lainey had hit that on the head actually. That's exactly what insomnia feels like. And then I have another new gentleman, Christopher Keeley. Only one careful owner. We are all on our unique paths, never trod before. The ways of the journey sometimes unclear, paths winding, paths straight. Whatever the reason we are travelling, either in error or goodwill, we wonder about our fate, and faith occasionally refines our way in juniper and lamplight, across the borders of sleep or waking. Some, convinced of second sight, go prayerless, others seek forgiveness on the mat, trembling and shaking with renewed passion. So go unblinkered, seeking your own guiding star. It is yourself. Be a very careful owner of your destiny. Bless yourself with freedom. Soon your time will come to you uniquely.
And it is unique, most. Yes.
Yeah, again, a very short piece, but just I love these shorter pieces sometimes. We love the stories, we love the narrative, but these shorter pieces, they just say
Yeah, they're
exactly what
quite
they need to,
impactful,
don't
aren't
they?
they?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. How many have
Poems.
you got left now?
Well, you only give me a handful.
Just the one.
But, but, we have that great, wonderful moral story, don't we?
I only gave you a handful. This is the man that says, I don't want to read, I don't enjoy reading, I'm not going to read anymore, I don't want any
But I
more.
don't.
Oh, go on
I
then, I'll
really
just have
don't.
another
I
one.
just want to do a few. I want to do story side. I want to do the reading of stories. Because I think there's somebody out there.
Hang on, my violin needs tuning. Hang on. Oh, there we go.
It is.
That's the world's saddest song. Ow. Man up. Right, Kenneth Norman Cook. New England Christmas Eve. The light of the foggy moon and 10,000 silver stars reflect off the frozen pond, while an icy winter wind waves the bare branches of the skeletal maple trees and shakes the evergreen pines. Nearby, a sweet golden light emanates from a solitary house, promising warmth and comfort within its strong white walls, as it stands welcoming and firm against the cold, bitter night, while a silent, ebony sky watches over the frigid evening, and grey plumes of woody smoke wisp through the frigid December
Frigid
air.
December there. I like that.
I love that whole description. I love the light emanating from the house. You can just picture walking towards it and
Yes,
taking shelter
yes,
from the
yes.
winter, can't you?
I know we hate waking up in the mornings and feeding you put a towel on the duvet to check for the weather check. But once you're up in it and it's crisp, I like a crisp cold morning. It really does give you that extra bit of pep.
Yeah, if it's frosty, if it's a lovely autumn day or a winter day and it's frosty, it's a hard frost, but I don't do soggy and damp. Don't
Would you
like
like a
soggy and
Hugh
damp.
Half one?
No. Yeah.
Ah, I'm not doing
I'd
it.
love a
I just
Hugh
thought I'd
House
ask.
one, yes.
It's called Choices.
Idiot.
Choices by Hugh Half. So many paths look good to me. A good way isn't always right. Decisions don't come easily. I walk by faith, not by sight. Backtracking from wrong choices made sometimes just isn't possible. With supplication and prayers prayed, God can do the impossible. The air keeps turning, marking time, and soon my day will fade tonight. Shall I descend, or should I climb? A good way isn't always right.
Certainly isn't. Nope.
I've just found another one.
There's two very different things, aren't they?
No,
Go on then.
gotta hold on to it. It's the whole poem there. That can't be the whole poem, surely to goodness me.
Anyway, I have another new person, Agni James. I hope that's how it's pronounced. and it's called Cards on the Table. Ghosted again. I must be the ghost. Doorbell's not ringing at the party I host. Descartes claims I exist, that it's a fact, but his notion presupposes an I, and we don't see eye to eye. Maybe my thoughts are not my own. Maybe this ghost has always been alone, just an echo of a thought, slowly vibrating out of existence. Despite my persistence, I'm fading away. Despite my resistance, I'm not here to stay. This illusory world is going away, and so am I. All I ever wanted was to connect, but I was unable. All I ever wanted was to be a part of you, but I'm too unstable. So I made up a world, populated it with the absurd, lots of distractions, lots of fast actions, programmed it to never confirm my suspicion that everything here was merely fiction, coded a birth and many experiences, then entered and erased my mind. With tabula rasa perception I did find others that appeared to be part of my kind. I even experienced love once when I hugged my mother, but never again. I noticed glitches occurring in my program. Doubt slowly crept into my mind, but when I asked others for explanations, no confirmation did I find. Just a series of stories that didn't add up. So many holes in their theories, but none as big as the one in my heart. My program was designed to keep me blind. No true love or connection will I ever find. Just some content repeating, fast forward and rewind. I guess I'm truly one of a kind.
That is absolutely fascinating.
Brilliant, isn't it? Brilliant. And again, when you see it in the comments, he's put I and my in inverted commas, so that it kind of makes it a bit more punchy.
Definitely.
Very clever piece. Very clever.
What I was talking about a minute ago was this was from Joyjit Sengupta. Yeah? 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
5 lines. Is it?
That's what you gave me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's have it. Yeah? Empower Yourself by Joyjit Sengupta. You are the prisoner of your own mind, while your thoughts and feelings are the jailers and wardens holding your freedom to ransom without you asking why. Always remember, you are the master and your mind is your slave. Empower yourself. Look fear in the eye and it shall bid goodbye, letting tomorrow take care of itself. Isn't it more than a poem? Yeah.
Yeah, it's more of a quote, really, isn't it? I guess than a yeah. But it was very powerful. I mean, it again, so few lines, but it says exactly what it needs to.
The thoughts of your own mind are your own thoughts. They are what you think. Really.
Yeah, definitely.
Very, very.
Quite a positive piece, really. And then I had the lovely Balveen Chima. I've not read Balveen before. I think Christine normally reads her. And it's called Respecting Identities. Up the curvaceous hilly roads, pulling down my window panes, I inhaled the pine's freshness, wafted by the rain-drenched forests, reviving me out of tiredness, zooming out of the mountains, arching into heavens, and plunging deep into the valley. The bow of the rain-shot arrows of beauty adding vibrancy to its raindrop, the tones of the rainbow rubbing onto each other's edges, yet intruding no further into the walls of partnership, were lessons of respecting identities.
Powerful.
Yeah, I love these pieces. Respecting identities. We all need to learn to do that, don't we? Mm. And then Julie, bless her heart. She's been here all this time. I hope she's still with us. Julie Mishler, and it's called Day's End. The day is done. It is time to unwind. Let all the stress and worries float along like the water over the rocks of a babbling brook. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, relax. Focus on all the good today held, even the smallest of goals or achievements. Remember, only you can allow another to hurt you, and only you can hold that hurt inside. Release all thoughts into the brook, wave goodbye, free yourself from any hurts and burdens. Lesson learned, it is time to move on. Tomorrow is a new day. Put one foot in front of the other. Set new goals. What can you achieve, even if it is just making another smile? What a success you have achieved. Sweet dreams, sleep tight. May the angels and spirits guide you, keep you safe and warm, heal your body, mind and spirit. Greet tomorrow with open arms and a smile on your face.
Excuse me. That's one of Julie's best that I've come across. Really love that. It's a real sweet one, that one.
Super sweet, wasn't it? Again, very positive and very uplifting, and a nice one to, a nice one to read just before you go to bed, actually. Give you nice thoughts. Yes, sir. Cool.
Is that your last one?
Right. Dylan McKinsey. This was a might be, don't know. Having a look. Yeah, I think so. No, I might have two more maybe. Don't know. This was a last minute one. I thought I'd had all that I needed, and then I saw this one and I thought I can't let this one go. And it's called. It's either present or present. Not sure which it is. Present, I think. Can you find the silence in the middle of a storm? The eye within your eye with which the soul directs? Can you hear the parts in song, the ones which make the melody alive and bring those tears into your secret eye? Can you taste the spice of life and have the time to take it in? Your palate dancing with the savour that your tongue will know and that assuages thirsty souls? Can you touch life's petals, rub her scent upon your throat, where hearty warmth conveys it quietly to all around, so people that you pass in life tilt their heads and wonder where you've been? Can you see invisibles like love and joy, whose beauties surpass the fundamental craft of finest art? Are you presently present, available for poetry and other things divine?
I'm interested in the other things.
I'm presently present.
I don't know. I'm just that I'm interested.
Like
I've got an
what?
interest. I don't know what even is divine. What's divine?
It's not me.
I guess I'm going to buy
That's for
more
sure.
magnums tomorrow then. That's done that, isn't it, really? They're divine. They are.
Yeah, go and
classics.
buy a Magnum. They're divine. I know what is divine.
Only if you got teeth.
Drumstick lollies.
No! Yeah.
Oh, you can gum them to death. You'll be alright. See, you don't need teeth for lollies. You suck them. Suck them and see. And then I've got Beams of Joy. Calm down, Mr. Kavanagh. Beams of Joy by Josie Cook. Coloured moonbeams with fracturing light, bring an endless discovery of shimmering beauty to our eyes as we meet beneath a canopy of green brilliance. Pearl-coloured butterflies glisten with movement above us. Your smile grants me permission to touch your cheek with my lips and move to your mouth, leaving me breathless with desire for you. Serenity in your movements as we embrace is shared, and our hearts beat with our silent yearnings. You seem to find my touch inviting, pure romance shared between us, perfumed nectar of blooming emotions, with a sultry mist kissing our bodies, as we lay entwined on this feathery grass bed, exploring each other amidst a growing, whispering wind of gentleness. Moving lights twinkle and reflect off the still bay, unaware of our shared love, our moment of true beauty. Leaves trickle to the ground like tiny winged beings as we gaze upon wooded silhouettes in the distance, mysterious against a velvet sky of light violet and pink. Still its beauty falls like a summer rain of refreshment, drenching bodies with it. A full moon makes an inviting appearance. We are happily enchanted by it as we stare at the dark horizon before us. A pulsation of growing affection envelops us. We have become so blissfully joyous in our company as we seek another embrace among the arriving darkness. With your hypnotic movements, I seek you again. We sing in a sensual duet of love as it echoes through tree-lined vistas of mould colours, increasing our tempo. We dance to a shared rapture of climbing emotion, with fevered embraces as we sway together, clutching each other, heads arching back, my hair like chocolate ribbons flowing in the air, shooting stars filling our minds. The trails of shared and murmured gasps, fireworks growing within and intensely exploding, with rushed joy illuminating our faces with intense desire, containing new sensations that are quivering under a starlit sky as ecstasy shines between us. We collapse with tenderness as the evening blankets us in moist air and fond thoughts
Kathy
of
Wagner
each other.
Coates, you put it in a nutshell. So beautiful, she said. That is absolutely so beautiful.
Yeah, that's two very, very tender, very sensual pieces we've had tonight, and I chose both of them because I wanted to highlight in particular that you don't have to be vulgar to write sexual pieces, sensual pieces, erotic pieces, whatever you want to call them. Less is more. Less is always more. And I just thought, yeah, that one and the one from Safdar earlier were just
And as you said, they were
beautiful.
sensual, they were
Beautiful.
emotional. I just, like I said, borderline didn't even come into it. They were perfectly structured in the way.
No,
I mean, as writers,
exactly.
we've said this before, Nina. As writers, we create pictures. We do visual word. It's like painting by numbers. We sow the seed, we put the words, and
Yeah.
you build the picture as the listener, yeah? You don't need to describe anything. It will be self-described.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you know, we all do what we want with words. We all choose to take them where we want to take them, don't we? You know, there's innuendo and all the rest of it, and you know. But I think these two pieces this evening, in particular, are beautifully sensual without being vulgar,
Yes,
and that to
exactly.
me is what writing
Absolutely.
is all about.
And we've heard some beautiful poetry tonight. You got another one to say. Really? It was only a joke, eh?
No, I am done now. That was me. Yeah.
You really done?
No, no, no.
Okay.
That's I'm at the end. I'm at the end of my. Yes, I
Okay,
promise.
okay.
I
Because
promise you, I
we
have
can
no
do
more.
this piece now with the son and the father. And like I said to Christine, I nearly cried when I got so far into this one because, as a father, could relate to it 110%, without a shadow of a doubt. So let me see, where was I? I've lost it now. Here we go. What was we said this was? It's a moral story, wasn't it? Yeah. There's no name to this actual story.
Yeah.
So we'll start off. Father and son in the house, and the son says, Daddy, may I ask you a question? Yeah, sure. What is it? Daddy, how much do you make an hour? That's really none of your business. Why do you ask? I just want to know. Please tell me how much you make an hour. Dad, if you must know, I make $100 an hour. Oh, said the son with his head down. Daddy, can I please borrow $50? Dad, really? If you're asking to borrow money for some silly toy or game, you can just march yourself straight to your room and think about why you're being so selfish. I work hard every day to provide for this family, and this is the thanks I get. The little boy went quietly to his room and shut the door. The dad sat down and started getting even angrier about his son's questions. How dare he ask questions like that, just to get some money? He stewed. After an hour, the dad calmed down and started to think. Maybe there was something he really needed for the $50. He doesn't ask for money often. So the dad went to his son's room and opened the door. Are you asleep, son? No, Daddy, I'm awake. I've been thinking. Maybe I was too hard on you earlier. It's been a long day, and I took out my aggravation on you. Here's the $50 you asked for. The little boy sat straight up smiling. Oh, thank you, Daddy. Then reaching under his pillow, the boy pulled out some crumpled up dollar bills. When the dad saw the boy already had money, he started getting angry again, as the little boy slowly counted out his money and looked up at his father. Why do you want more money if you already have some, said Father. Because I didn't have enough. But I do now, Daddy. I have $100 now. Can I buy an hour of your time? Please come home early tomorrow. I would like to have dinner with you. The father was crushed. He put his arms around his little son and begged for his forgiveness through a stream of tears. Just a reminder to all working so hard in life to not let time slip through our fingers without dedicating a special time with those who matter most. If we die tomorrow, the company we may work for could replace us in a matter of days. But loved ones we leave behind will feel the loss for the rest of their lives, having only precious memories to hold. So guys, let's sort our priorities.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We certainly do. Well, you and I had that conversation earlier today, didn't we,
Yes.
about
And
making time for us.
Us gets lost every time,
And
don't they?
yeah, can
Oh,
do. Can I sneak my acrostic in to finish off the So this is an acrostic, and it reads down, think before you speak. Take a minute, stop and think before you say out loud hurtful words without a care that may bring someone down. In thoughtless moments, wounds are caused which sometimes can't be healed. Never underestimate that pain, it's all too real. Kindness is the freest gift, it's there for us to show. Bestow it onto others, let them feel it, let them know. Every act of kindness, like a ripple on a pond, further out compassion spreads, united by a bond. Offset all the hardships that this world can pass our way. Reassure those loved ones your support is there to stay. Engage with them in person, hear their laugh and see them smile. Years will pass too quickly, in a moment, soon a while. Overcome the quarrels, talk them out or move on past. Ugly stifles happy, angered voice can't be your last. Starve the blight of sadness, we shall feast on love and grace. Pass on flames of warmth and let them shine on someone's face. Each harsh word not spoken is a step toward the light, and we can feel contented knowing we've helped make
Absolutely
it bright.
fabulous. The way you put that together. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, you know, again, like we said a little while ago, just pass on a smile, do something nice, let things go. You know, we're all moving on to a new year now, and we just need to leave the
And 99% of the time,
crappy stuff
if we're
behind,
holding
really,
a
don't we?
grudge for anything, if we're holding a grudge, the only one really getting hurt is ourselves for holding it. The other person most likely has already moved on.
Yeah, bitterness eats the person inside, doesn't it? It doesn't affect anybody
You
else.
like,
It affects the
you
person
like the
holding it,
bitter pill
carrying it.
that's been swallowed. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So let it go, let it
I'm
go.
not fighting, I'm not fighting. Nina, what a year it's been.
Go on, go
What
on.
a year it's been.
It has. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Well, onwards and upwards. We hope that everybody's enjoying what we're doing. I think the numbers kind of show that, really, don't they? 525 page followers now.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank everybody for their support. You know, we've got the stalwarts, haven't we? Those that are there week in, week out.
I'm gonna have to mention that lady again, who's been there from day one, Diane Burgess. Diana's been at every single show that I've ever put on the Facebook Live, and I've got to
Yeah.
honor that lady. She's been there every step of the way, and I love seeing names coming in. There's names that I miss as well. I mean, because I grew up with Ed Clinton around me. Yeah, Ed. I miss Ed when he's not in at the show, and I mean, it's just we have grown a community that has been so close, and it seems to knit very well no matter who new comes, anybody new. There's a great knitting in this community, and that's exactly what we aim for.
I might drop a couple of stitches every now and then,
Well,
but there you go.
I'm not wanting. You've always got me in stitches, so I'm okay. I'll keep. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, well, same goes, doesn't it? Same goes.
Well, I think the great thing is
we usually manage to make each other
laugh.
laugh.
Everybody, as you say,
or cry.
He's just there a second, you're crossing. As you say, a little bit of something good and productive to each other, a smile, a kind word, something upbeat. Yeah, like I mean, down at the station early in the morning, see the little chuck train on the road, see the head driver drive his little engine, chuck chuck, away we go. Now.
Yay! God, that was the fastest train of the year.
Yeah. And I'm sorry,
oh
I didn't wonky donkey. No, I'm not only joking. I would never read it again. I would never, ever.
I don't think you could do it.
No.
I don't think you could do it a second time like that. No.
But
it was a corker.
That's what I'm saying. The year we've had in building friendships, relationships, and readings and everything else. And I mean, even the friendship we built ourselves, outside of the show itself, has been absolutely brilliant. The strength of it is absolutely unreal.
Oh, you're my friend. Did I give you that impression? Did I give you that? Did I? No.
Sorry, how
Oh,
you like?
God. Mm. No, I have been very blessed. I will say this now, live on camera. Oh, I'm going to make myself feel sick now. I've been very blessed to have you come into my life, to have the show come into my life, but more importantly, to have you come into my life. You've been there in some of the darker hours, shall we say, and
Nina,
you always
you've
managed to
done
pull me back
exactly the
up
same
again,
for
so
me.
thank you.
And like we said before, the background of the show is totally different to the foreground of the presentation of the show. There's so much. Yes.
If people knew, people
But
knew
the
what went on
joy
behind
of
the
when we
scenes.
all get together and we're all on air and one after the other, no matter how our day has started, it seems to end
Yeah,
that little bit different. And that's a great strength between each and every one of us. It's a wonderful, wonderful strength that we actually have among ourselves. And I think it's wonderful. And the community is
yeah,
beginning to feel.
yeah. I know. I've made more so in the last couple of 3 months or so. I've made some wonderful connections with people, and you know you call them friends. They're Facebook friends, but they do actually feel like friends, and it's mainly through the show, predominantly through the show. People have just been so welcoming and so so warm towards us when we've approached them and asked them if we can read some of their poems, and they've kind of gravitated towards the show on a Sunday. They can't always be here. I appreciate that. It's a lot to expect week in, week out. But when they are here, they're always very supportive of each other as well. And I think it's just got such a lovely feeling to it. So I am eternally grateful for the Facebook
Now,
friends that I have
we've
made
browsed
this
this
year
as well in
through the show,
conversation
really.
behind the scenes, haven't we? And I've said to you before, I call them friends, as you say, you call them Facebook friends, or whatever way we view them. I think the great thing about it is we have no expectations of anybody. All we ask is you be you, I be me, let's live. And I think the people that you speak about with the connections that you've made and I've made, and some different connections that we both made, we allow each other to be ourselves, and we accept ourselves. We accept each other for being ourselves. Yeah, I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, it's certainly, I am hugely grateful to be a part of this in any capacity, whether I was a reader, whether I was just working behind the scenes, whether it was my work being featured and read by somebody else. I love what we
And I'm
do.
so happy you are a
So,
part of it,
very happy to
Nina.
be a part of
And
it.
like I said, I'd be lost at most times without the support I've had from you over this last 9 months or more, even more than 9 months.
Yeah.
It's been a joy to get to meet so many people, to get to read so much poetry, get involved in so much poetry, and
Mm.
it's
Yeah,
been and the
yeah.
banter as well and the stuff we dig up. Some of the stuff we've dug up during the year, my God Almighty, we needed more than a spade, didn't we? Yeah,
We
3 or
might have got hit
4.
over the head with a spade a few times. I don't know about that.
Moving on.
Uh,
Nina, thanks for the
yeah,
wonderful
moving on.
year. And I mean that sincerely. An absolutely wonderful year. Oh, I've got
No,
to do that in a minute with the
thanks
mom.
to
I've got to
everybody.
drive them nuts before I go off air.
And a happy new year to everybody, and I hope
Well,
to
if
see
they
you
don't
all in
come to us,
2019.
we'll be coming to them. Yes.
Go out with our fishing rods. Yep. Go and hook them in.
I'll have to try real Captain Wagner Coates to come and collect the car.
I don't think you need to do much reeling.
Oh, Nina, have a lovely night. We will catch up later on or tomorrow, yeah? It's going to take me another 30 minutes to cycle back. But
We certainly
have a
will.
lovely night. Catch you. If I don't catch you later on, I'll catch you in the morning, yeah?
Thank you,
Yes.
lovely.
Love you loads. Have
Yeah, will
fun.
do. Take care.
Oh, by the way.
Bye,
Happy New
everybody.
Year.
Bye. Bye.
Cheers, Nina. Bye-bye.
Thank you, darling, and you. Bye.
Nina Thielen. What can I say? Again, what a wonderful lady to have in the back room with the show itself. Nina does even more than I do putting the show together. Nina, if we look at the poems tonight, I think we've had 35 poems there with tonight. I think I picked 4. 31 were picked by Nina. That's how much she actually puts into the show. And as she said, the show has been a joy that's come into her life. She's been a joy that's come into the show's life. Christine is a joy to listen to. And we can't forget our lady that's not here tonight with us because she's busy. Marna Dupree Badger. Marna, you were the lady I befriended just over a year ago or so. And it's been a brilliant friendship. What a wonderful lady. And I want to say thank you personally for being here in this community and for reading the poems from the poets and poetesses from across the world. Chris Edridge, you've been an absolute gem. Meeting and greeting in a way that needs to be for this show so people feel welcomed. Thanks a million, Chris, for everything, and a happy new year to you too, and a happy new year to you too, Marna, and Jennifer Polonetsky. Jennifer has been absolutely brilliant in coming up, standing up to the plate when we're down. And Jennifer, have a wonderful new year when you get back onto Aussie soil. And yes, of course, we will have you on the show anytime if you're going to stand in. And if we get to the point of having to create another place, we will create another place. Ladies and gentlemen, Diane Borges, thanks for being with me all the way through. I'm glad to see your name come up just before I signed off. And Joan Burke, I hope you're still there somewhere. Guys, have an absolutely wonderful new year. Peace and prosperity to each and every one of you. And I look so forward to coming back in 2019. Our next show is the 6th of January 2019. And I look so forward to joining all of you here in this community. Good night and God bless everybody. May your God go with you wherever you travel. Have a wonderful new year. Be safe. Kathy Wagner Coates, thank you for your poem this evening. I did enjoy reading your poem. God bless you and your family too, Diane. Christine Barker, thank you again, Christine, for a wonderful year you've given us on the show. Chris Edridge, it's an honour for me too. Have a wonderful, wonderful new year, everybody. Dale, have a great new year. And blessings to you too, pal. Guys, I've got to go and make my way on my push bike now in the dark of the UK. Have a wonderful, wonderful night, everybody, and a wonderful weekend. Love yous all to pieces, and thank you for the pleasure of your company. See you on the 6th of January 2019 on another Dear John show. Bye-bye, everybody.